Good afternoon, everyone. So glad you could join us. And if you're looking at this and it's not live, thank you for watching, and hopefully it will be of some use. I'm just doing this before I run out and see a lovely family that I've been working with. So the title of this vlog, Parenting 3 Truths. I could probably list 100 truths. This topic was inspired by a poem that I've posted today on Instagram and on my Facebook account. And it speaks to a little bit about the rawness that's parenting. So the 3 truths. I'm going to start with the number 1 truth, and these are in no particular order, but I will start by saying everybody lies. Everybody lies about parenting. 3 are not as easy to handle as 2. 2 are not as easy to handle as 1. Sometimes they just don't grow out of it. You could probably add your own parenting lies here. Number 2 is leave them to cry. Oh, not number 2, but another one of a lie is if you just leave them to cry, they'll stop crying and then they'll just go to sleep by themselves. So not always, no. So certainly in my experience, that isn't what happened to my children. Another lie along those lines is don't pick them up because they might get spoiled and they're just asking for attention. My belief is if someone's asking for attention, it's because they need attention. So the second truth I want to talk to you about is, the second lie, the second parenting truth. I've got everybody lies, sorry, I'm getting a bit confused there. So the second parenting truth is that 10%, roughly 10% of babies are going to be perfect. They're going to eat. They're going to sleep. They're going to get all their developmental milestones on time. They'll be walking early. They'll show manners to their grandparents. They'll do their homework. The teachers will say what a pleasure they are to have them in their class. They'll grow up and they'll get good marks and they'll find good jobs. They'll meet lovely people to have relationships with. Yes, there are these children who are like that out there. But if you're watching this, it's probably not one of yours. It's not one of mine either. Love my children to bits, but they don't fit into the 10% of what is easy. They have their own unique challenges, and they make parenting very interesting and very raw as well. I don't talk a lot about my children, and that's not because I've got anything to hide, whether they're perfect children or nightmare children, but it's because they're a little bit older and I respect their privacy. They would be mortified if I was to talk about them. My youngest, probably not so much, but the older 2 definitely. I remember I was reading about mummy blogs and how what happens is that a lot of the mums who blog when their kids are quite young stop blogging. As soon as their children actually become aware that their mums are filling the social media spaces with everything they're doing, they become quite alarmed and put pressure on their mums to stop. Or their mums also realise that it's now no longer appropriate, which creates a little bit of a gap in the market for talking about what actually happens in that tweens, teens, young adult stage. So, but that is the second truth. Yes, there are children out there who are perfect. Third truth, yes, I'm looking at my notes. The third truth is you are going to stuff up. You are not going to be a perfect parent. The good news about that is that it's a very big club of us who aren't perfect people and who stuff up. And this is what we call good enough parenting. You will make mistakes, but from most of those mistakes, your children will bounce back. They'll be resilient. And hopefully you'll have your own resilience as well, so you don't spend all your time beating yourself up. So number one, everyone lies to you about bad parenting and what's involved. Number two is that there are perfect children out there, but they're probably not yours and mine. And number three is that that's okay. You'll stuff up, and that's okay. So back to what started me on this, which was that the poem that I've posted, and about the rawness of parenting. And it's hard because as our kids get older, we might have a drop off in mummy blogs and support across social media, but we also lose touch with some of those support groups that have been with us from the beginning. It might be your maternal child and health nurse, your mother's group, organisations like Australian Breastfeeding Association. Those support things, all of a sudden they stop. And I also know for parents of children who have special needs, who have been involved in quite intensive intervention in their first 6, 7 years, they hit school, and that all stops as well. So there's lots of period of transition that parents go through, and I'll talk a bit more about that on another vlog. But I just wanted to end up by saying that no matter where you are, what stage you're at with your kids, and what stage you are with how about you feel about yourself as a parent, there are people out there to support you. You're more than welcome to visit me, and we'll sit and have a coffee and chat, and it might just be a one-off parenting support that you'd like. That's easy to arrange, and it's no big deal to come and go as you want. It's one of the things that we do, help provide that, fill in those gaps that you might find in your own life as a parent by being, maybe not, I don't really like the term parenting coach, but maybe like a parenting mentor, without all the judgment that goes along, maybe from a grandma or even a friend. So if you like this, drop us a like, maybe a love heart, share it with a friend, maybe a friend who's feeling some of these gaps in their life. So, and I'm going to put, maybe check out the poem, see if it resonates with you. So thanks for joining, and just remember that if you want to join with me and become part of this tribe, work together at helping grow great adults. Okay, bye for now.